और अभी आखिरी सवाल, फर्स्ट वेव आ गया, सेकेंड वेव भी आ गया, लोगों को लेके
सेकेंड
विचार
वेव अभी भी चल रहा
चल
है.
रहा है. सो
Yes.
हाउ अबाउट द, हाउ इज third wave, if wave, can we think of something, should we prepare some ourselves in any which ways, or how is that can, I mean, मेरे पास तो सवाल भी नहीं बनते, शब्द भी नहीं आ रहे कि थर्ड वेव का क्या इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है, क्या थर्ड वेव आने के कोई चांसेस हैं?
Yeah, actually, a third wave is also being expected, and it has been what you say observed. Yeah, it has been postulated that we might experience a third wave. You maybe during the month of September, October. That is what is expected. Or is bar like third wave may the target population would be the younger children is what is being predicted. Matlab the kind of strains or the kind of viruses affection that is going to that we are expecting in the third wave, it is more of the pediatric age group which is at risk is what the experts are saying. So abhi jaise matlab our general observation is the first wave affected more older people, maybe 50 55 plus 60 plus. The second wave we have seen more infection in 30 to 40-year-olds, more frequent or more numbers in that age group. And now what is being postulated or predicted is the third wave, it could affect the younger age group. More of
Oh,
the children are more at risk is what is being predicted.
okay.
So, and they are saying that we could experience this maybe during the month of September, October. And we might have a fourth wave also, we might have a fifth wave also. This is like probably going to be there for a long time.
Okay.
I have read an article where I went through the article where they had the scientists had predicted that we might be having this up to 2025, where there would be a peak, then a lull, then a peak, then a lull till that time. I mean, this is just a of this thing article which I read. There is no proof against it, but I just went through one of the articles where the scientists were saying that it could be there till then. Maybe there could be a fourth wave also, there could be a fifth wave also. We do not know. We're still only into the second wave, and the second wave itself has caused so much of havoc.
I know.
And the main reason here is again our population. We are overcrowded, and we still have a lot of people who are not really seriously into taking proper precautions.
Correct.
We still find people roaming around outside without a mask. We still find people trying excuses, finding excuses for their symptoms. Anything other than COVID might have affected me, that frame of mind. And this is how the numbers have been increasing. So again, my genuine appeal to everyone would be the same underlying gold standard is mask, social distance, and hand sanitization is a must to protect yourself from this deadly infection. Second thing, in spite of taking proper protection, if you get contacted with this infection, instead of trying all sorts of home remedies and all sorts of quack treatment, contact your doctor immediately and go according to their guidance and their advice in starting any kind of medications. As I said, we ourselves don't know what might be helping and what might be not helping. So depending on the severity of the disease, like mild disease, we usually manage only in home isolation. And 90% of the people who are getting affected by COVID can be managed at home alone.
90%, you mean to say?
90%.
Oh my.
Only the meager 10% people are those who require hospitalization and medications. And in that, maybe around 4 to 5% people are getting sick where they require ICU hospitalization, oxygen, and maybe going on ventilatory support and all those things. So basically, it's only those 10 to 15% people who are actually requiring hospitalization. But we have observed many people, because of their panic, they come and say, "Ki, nahi, nahi, we have COVID, so you better get us admitted, you give us remdesivir, give us injections, and then we will be fine." So it is because of these people who actually don't require hospitalization and they are occupying the beds that more deserving patients are not able to find beds for their own treatment. So 90% of people can stay at home and get themselves treated, quarantine themselves, take medications according to the doctor, monitor yourself, whatever the blood investigations are suggested and whatever monitoring is suggested. And if there is any discrepancy in that during the course of disease, and if the doctor advises, I think you better stay in the hospital for observation and management, it's probably advisable to go for the medical attention or for admission. So first thing I would say that please don't panic. It is not going to be a real deadly disease in everyone. 90% people recover simply.
Okay.
All they have is only flu-like symptoms and nothing else. It could be simple cold, cough, throat infection, fever, and they are fine with symptomatic treatment alone. Only thing you have to do is isolate yourself so that you don't spread the infection to the other members of the family and the society. That is what is more important. Second thing is someone 1 week, my symptoms have totally gone and absolutely fine. And these people, they don't continue the quarantine, they go out into the society. Those people, even though don't have symptoms, they are still infective to the others. So the proper isolation and quarantine protocol has to be maintained by these persons in spite of being asymptomatic or their symptoms getting resolved. So these people again, they go out into the society कि भैया I am fine, मेरा बुखार कम हो गया, मुझे खांसी नहीं है, nothing, I am absolutely okay. So I am like probably the COVID in me is gone करके they just go into the society, and because of this again a few more get affected. So the quarantine protocol has to be very strictly adhered to. A minimum of 10 days to 14 days is what is required of isolation so that they become practically non-infective for the others. And another thing I also suggest is many people have this notion of getting themselves checked again. Let me see whether my test has come negative, matlab mera COVID khatam ho gaya hai nahi. That is one thing I really want to clarify, that it is not recommended from the guidelines point of view to get yourself retested. It is not recommended at all. Practically, the virus dies after 14 days. The virus incubation period is only from 2 to 14 days. After 14 days, the virus can't survive in your body. It dies. So from the 15th day onwards, you are practically non-infective for everyone else. You can absolutely have a normal lifestyle after the 14-day quarantine is done. But our people again are very skeptical. They want to see whether I have tested negative or not. So they again go for testing and retesting. कोई 5 दिन बाद करा रहा है, फिर 10 दिन बाद करा रहा है, फिर 15 दिन. So you know what's happening is the labs are really bombarded with these samples where they are actually not required. And आजकल system ऐसा हो गया है कि the RT-PCR report is coming after 48 hours.
I know, huh?
So people who are positive have to wait for 2 more days to see their actual report ki haan, yes, I am positive. So the labs are being really overburdened because of unnecessary testing also. So it is only for official purposes. Someone goes to work and their office people say that you get a negative report, then only we can allow you to the office so that the others are protected. It is only for those purposes that you can get a retest done. Otherwise, for general public, it is not recommended by us. It is only the people's panic again. Let me check whether I've tested negative or not. And most of the time, sometimes what happens is even after 14 days of quarantine, even if they get themselves tested, it comes positive. So what happens again is the dead virus, as I said, after 14 days, the virus practically can't survive in the human body anymore. So the dead virus would be there in the circulation. So sometimes this RT-PCR test detects the dead virus also as positive. So again, after 14 days also, if they test positive, the patient is like, "Arey, abhi bhi mere ko corona hai, abhi bhi mera kam nahi hua," and then they panic and they are again like, "Should I again isolate myself for 1 more week?" and all those things. So this is basically the dead virus that has been tested as positive. So after 14 days, you are practically non-infective to others.
Okay.
This is the underlined statement.
After 14 days, they are non-infective to others. Are
Yeah.
their bodies ready to venture out of the house?
Absolutely.
Okay.
14 days.
After
Incubation period is 14 days. From the 15th day, you are as good as anyone else.
So it is not that you have got corona and you have become weak, and then when you go out, something else will get infected. Is that something like that happening? Like I have heard something like this as well, where people say कि हाँ भाई कोरोना हो गया है तो अभी अपने आप को 3 महीने बचा के रखो, वरना फिर तुम्हें कुछ ना कुछ दूसरा होने के
See,
चांसेस हैं.
all that is important is good nutrition and good hydration. That is what helps in maintaining the things. Good nutrition improves your immunity, your resistance, and maintains your good health. So eat well. There is no food restriction also in corona. People need not avoid eating things or need not overeat other things, saying कि नहीं ये खाने से मुझे I'll be fine. There are no food restrictions. They can have whatever they feel like, whatever they want, non-veg, veg, biryanis, soups, you name it, they can have it.
Oily
There is
food
no
also?
restriction.
Oily food.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Whatever they feel like they can have. ये फलाना खाना कोरोना में अवॉइड करना है ऐसा कहीं पे भी नहीं है. Whatever they want, whatever they feel like they can have. It is not going to matter in any way in the course of the disease. There are no dietary restrictions for these people.
So, Kiran, as you have also been infected with it, so after how many days did you resume back your service? I mean, back to the.
I was in isolation for almost 10 days.
Mhm.
And then following that, from the 11th day, I went back to the duty. So as I said, isolation of 10 days to maximum 14 days is what is more than sufficient.
I'm asking
10
this
days is
specifically.
good enough.
So I'm asking this specifically because people know I have been talking to people who are past going through this phase, and they are like हम बहुत वीक हो गए हैं, हमसे कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. तो इसीलिए मैं मैम से पूछ रही थी, क्योंकि मैम भी इससे पास ऑन, मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि उन्होंने सिर्फ सुना है, देखा है और बोल रही हैं, वो खुद इसको शी हैज गॉन थ्रू दैट. So that's the reason I was asking her, and she says that it is only 10 days of
And
isolation she had.
all I took was only paracetamol, and just to avoid any secondary bacterial infections, a small course of 3 to 4 days of antibiotic in the name of doxycycline. These are the only two medications I took. I kept on monitoring my temperatures, my saturations, everything was fine. And actually speaking, because I am working with the COVID people, and there was a lot of like, because I was in isolation, taking care of the patients was becoming difficult. So even though I was at home, there were a lot of phone calls from the hospital. Madam, this patient is like this, iska kya kare, isko kya de. So over phone, I kept on monitoring the cases. So I went back to work on the 11th day itself, because as it is, I'm working in the COVID ward. So from my side, getting infected, when the patients getting
Anybody else
infected, because
is
they are
not
anyways COVID patients.
infected, yes.
So the risk as it is not there. So that is the reason I went off on the 11th day, because actually speaking, 10 days of isolation is good enough. But for the general public, because the incubation period is 14 days, we advise you stay at isolation for at least for 2 weeks, so that you are not infective to others.
बट 14 डेज के बाद आप नॉर्मल लाइफ ले जी सकते.
Absolutely, you are as good as anyone. You are
Right.
as good as anyone. You are practically non-infected.
Right. So I hope I have covered most topics, most questions, most doubts, most myths जो भी दिमाग में जिसके भी होते हैं, शायद मैंने कवर करने की कोशिश की है. But if you have any more doubts, if you want to know anything more, there are two ways you can reach. One is either you can drop your comments and we can ask Kiran directly, or over the phone, and I'll share her number here so that you guys can contact her also, and she is available on online consultation. So her number is 9440080388. So you can contact Mrs. Kiran Pagdala, and she is available for online consultation. And to conclude, thank you, Kiran. Thank you for
Thank you.
taking your time. And guys, remember the Pink Circle Foundation is doing so many other activities as well. This is just the start. So we thank Kiran for taking the first step and coming for us. Now we will continue further. If you have any more doubts, you can drop messages to us, and probably we'll have another set of interview with Kiran with all the queries. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kiran.